Hello, sorry for the fuzziness webcam. Like I said in my last video, pretty tired, but I figured screw it, it's VEDA, I should probably do a decent video of something-ish. I wanted to talk about a program called AR, or Accelerated Reader. I don't know if this is a popular program in other parts of the country or other areas, but in my hometown, AR is something that has been around since I was in elementary school. I can basically remember being in the guinea pig group of kids for the AR program in my school district. And in my school district, it's a big deal. The concept is books are given a level and a system of points attached to them. When you finish a book, let's say you read Roll with Thunder You Might Cry, and I don't know, let's pretend it's a 6th grade level book. You go, and when it's done, you go to the computer and you take a comprehension test. Now, I didn't like AR as a kid because, well, like I said, we were kind of the guinea pig kids, so we didn't have a lot of choices. That being said, I was also a very high level reader, always have been. I can't recall exactly where I was at, but I assume I was somewhere in the junior high level or higher when AR was introduced to my elementary school. And so I was bored of the concept. I wouldn't take the test, and it wasn't really required. We earned patches if we got it. However, if I did decide to read a book that was something in my level, I remember reading this classic book and taking the test and scoring awesome, and I got this certificate for having like the greatest score for the month and stuff. So I just found it very silly as a child. Now as a nanny, the kids that I take care of their school participates in the AR program. They're in the same school district that I was at that age too, so it makes sense. And what I assumed would be a somewhat similar go at AR is just so different than what it is, at least for one of the kids' classes. AR is like, this is what reading is, and it's so ridiculous because it's all focused on getting the kids to take these tests for comprehensions, which is basically so you can practice for when you take the state test so the school can get money, which is just so much BS, and it makes me so mad that that is all that it's about. And another video about that at a later time about testing. But it turns to saying that you have to get these scores, and if you don't get these awesome scores in the AR test, and I assume the AR program is similar now than it was when I was a kid, where the scores are kind of a school-wide program so all the other teachers can see. The middle child that I take care of, her teacher is so intensely into this AR thing that she's not letting the children read anything above their level because they might not get a good score on it. And not to take a test on a book when you just have a couple days between reading the book and the test because you might not get a good score on it. And your entire reading grade is really kind of based off of getting an awesome score on your AR. And it's not the points, it's your percentage. So I see a 9-year-old little girl freaking out about stuff because she's got to get the right percentage on her AR test, and she's not allowed to read what she wants to read. She actually got points taken off her reading log because we were reading Harry Potter together, and Harry Potter was not a proper reading level according to the test and according to her teacher, which is just so dumb to me. I'm sorry, it just annoys me to no end. You can't read something higher than your level, you can't challenge yourself, that's just stupid. That's how you learn, that's how you grow as a reader, and if you can't challenge yourself, then what's going to happen? You're going to be stagnant. She came home with the Bernstein Bears and stuff like that so she could bump up her score, and her teacher told her to read those. And not only that, whoever decides the reading level for the AR test is I don't know if they're really old and they don't remember which books are appropriate for which levels, but they're not going with what the publisher or the authors of the book suggest. For instance, the youngest child, she got these books for Christmas when she was 5. She's 6 now, but 5-year-old gifts. These books that she got, which are perfectly wonderful for her, they're big books with mostly pictures and a couple lines on each page. They're in the 4th graders reading level according to AR, which is so idiotic. Those are not 4th grade books. The publisher says they're for kindergarten through 2nd grade, but AR says it's the middle to latter half of 4th grade for these books. And another example, Tales of Beetle the Bard, for my Harry Potter fans out there, and I know there are quite a few on my channel, they're written specifically to resemble children's bedtime stories. They're supposed to look like nursery books. I mean, they're really cool stories, but not anything intense so that you think a kid in elementary school can read them. It's for the latter half of 8th grade that those books are suggested for on the AR program. I feel like the people that do these tests don't even read the books. I don't understand. And the girl that I take care of, she was really into this movie, and I said, oh, I happen to have the books that this movie is based after. Let's read the first. You can read the first one. They're really cool. And she came home upset and like almost crying because she couldn't read it because the level was too high, because it was it was like a 4.7 or something, and she was a 4.2 at the time or something like that, and she wasn't allowed to read it. And I blew up frustrated that you're squelching this love of reading. If someone watches the movie and wants to read the book that it's based off of, why won't you let them do it? You're not letting them do it for a test, for a percentage? That's stupid. It's so dumb. And so she comes and she reads these little baby books that are not in her level, that don't challenge her. I don't like the whole system where everything is based off getting these percentages on tests and they're all multiple choice, and that's not even what literature is. In an elementary school, that certainly isn't what literature is. In elementary school, you're supposed to develop a love of literature and a love of books and reading and have it be fun. That's the point of having silent reading at home and in the classroom. It's the point of reading logs. It's just getting practice and getting up to it. Yes, it is bumping up your reading ability and comprehension ability for things like textbooks, and later on when we discuss the literature in depth in high school and college, but it's about developing the love when you're not making everything about a test, and it just frustrates me to no end. And honest to goodness, I've kind of always wanted to either like put my kids in the future in religious education or homeschooling them, at least until junior high, until school becomes a much more socially in-depth and purposeful thing with the dances and things that are rites of passage. But if my kids can't even enjoy a book, and I'm not sending them to public school or probably school in general, because it's getting disgusting and it's not what reading is supposed to be, and it's not what learning is supposed to be. It's stressed and tests, and the kids were doing their standardized tests. They're doing them this week, and how just freaked out the poor kids are about them. And it's wrong, because that's not what education is, and our system is so screwed and it needs an overhaul. But yeah, that's why I don't like AR. And I guess I'll talk about standardized tests this month too, because yeah, I hate those a lot. Alright guys, I love you all. God bless. And I'll see you tomorrow for the 12th day of VEDA. Bye.